Hi, I'm Marielis, and with me today is Sammy. We are delivering the news for this week today, on Tuesday, March 24, because there is no school tomorrow, March 25, as it is Easter weekend. We had just two major stories this week.
Our first story is about Shrek the Musical, which is coming soon, in just 2 weeks. Period 4 News and Documentary talked to some of the members of the cast. Here's what they had to say about the upcoming musical.
I'm here with the members of the spring musical Shrek, which opens on April 7th here in the Performing Arts Center. Introduce yourselves and tell us what your role is in the musical.
Hi, my name is Christopher Vega, and I am playing Lord Farquaad in Shrek the Musical.
Hi, I'm Kiana Lee, and I play Donkey.
Hello, I am Jamal Gomez, and I will be playing Shrek.
I am Destiny Medina, and I will be playing Dragon.
Who can tell us about the play's storyline?
Well, I'm pretty sure about 99.9% of the school has seen Shrek. And here's a quick synopsis. It's about an ogre who is encountered by a donkey. They are going to go save a princess in a dragon-guarded tower. And they will bring the princess to a very short noble. Yeah, named Lord Farquaad. He's a prince?
Who decided on Shrek as this year's spring musical and why?
Our teacher, Mr. Evangelista, chose Shrek because he knew a lot of people would relate to it, the kids would love it, and just families in general will be able to watch it.
It seems like you've been preparing for the musical for a long time. What were the biggest challenges the cast faced over the months leading up to the show?
Some of the challenges we faced were like trying to know each other, trying to get used to each other, like singing with each other, getting the harmonies, and trying to like find each other's balance. It was kind of difficult throughout the beginning, but we're getting pretty good at it now.
How will the play differ from Shrek the movie?
The way it will differ is, it's much deeper, and there's way more singing in the musical. Well, because it's a musical, and it's just more of a. It revolves the music does more of the storytelling than the acting does.
Tell everyone when the play will take place and how much are the tickets.
That's me. The play will take place on April 7th, 8th, and 9th, and it will also take place on the 14th, 15th, and 16th, and every third day there are two shows. One in the afternoon at 2 and one in the evening at 7, and the tickets will cost $7 for students and $10 for adults.
What kind of taskmaster is Mr. Evangelista in getting you ready for the roles in Shrek?
So we have rehearsals 6 days a week. We're here from Monday through Saturday. We have rehearsals every day after school from about 3:15 to 6:30 right now, but then once we get closer and closer to the show, we're going to be staying later. We basically run through the show, we learn what we need to learn, we go through our music, practice our dancing. Me and Jamal have different types of accents that we do the show in, and so we're learning how to talk and make sure.
Is this show just for kids? Who do you think will enjoy the play?
I think everybody will enjoy the play. There's secret jokes and stuff during the play that I think the adults would be able to understand, so it's really just like a family show for everybody.
What is it like to perform with a real orchestra?
Singing with a real orchestra is scary, but it's fun. It's entertaining. We're used to practicing with the CD and getting used to how the CD works and whatever. And when we get the real orchestra, it's a different vibe. It's cool. We basically teach them how fast they need to go, and they teach us like how fast we also need to be and everything.
For some of you who are seniors, this will be the last performance here at LHS. What memories of the drama program will you take with you after graduation?
Well, there's a ton of memories I will take with me, but I'm more, I'm more, enthralled with the knowledge I've gained from everyone. Not only the teachers like Mr. Evangelista, but the students and, the cast members. They've all taught me so much. I've learned so much about, being in this program. It's not only, the acting, but it is also the, you feel like an outsider. Like Shrek feels like an outsider. And there's just a place for everybody. That's all I have to say.
Tell everyone again when the play will take place and how much tickets are.
The play will take place on the following dates, the 7th, 8th, and 9th of April. Following that week, the 14th, 15th, and 16th. And the tickets will be $7 for students and $10 for adults.
Thanks for talking to us. Reporting from inside LHS, I'm Alejandro.
Again, the musical will be held in April 7, 8, and 9, and as well as 14, 15, and 16 here at LHS.
Our second big story is about the Lancer Spring Sports season. Mr. Licciardi joined us in the studio earlier today to talk about upcoming spring sports. Here is the report. I'm Sammy, and with me today is Mr. Licciardi, and we're going to talk spring sports. Let's turn our attention on boys baseball. Who are the coaches for this year?
Sammy, first of all, it's great to be here again to talk about spring sports. I'm looking for an exciting year from student athletes. Boys baseball, last year went to the North Finals and lost to Chelmsford in an epic game in extra innings, and it finished at 2 o'clock in the morning. And it was an most exciting game I've seen in 25 years. And I expect big things from baseball this year. I mean, they've lost some key personnel, but Coach Brendan Nealon, who's the head coach, he does a nice job with them, and I expect them to be competitive. And they continue to work hard in practice.
All right. And where does the team practice?
The team practices right outside the high school. The field's right behind the high school, on Devlin Field.
Do you know when the first home game is and where?
First home game is April 6th, and it's against Central Catholic, our arch rival.
So how about girls softball this year? Who will be coaching them?
Well, Sam, the girls softball coach is Chris Boardman. He's in his third year of coaching the girls varsity team, and he's not in a rebuilding year, but he's in a building process. So this is what I expect. I don't really care about wins and losses. I just want the girls to be competitive, and that means play hard every game, practice hard and play hard. And so far, Chris has done a nice job with that. So I'm hoping for some improvement this year.
And do you know where the team practices?
The team practice, well, we moved practice. We just redid the high school field, so now they can be on campus along with the boys baseball team. The varsity teams can be on campus. They used to play down at the South Lawrence East. Now the girls varsity team will play right on campus, right behind the high school.
And do you know when their first home game is and where?
Oh, that's a good question. No, probably the first week in April.
First week in April. The team struggled a little bit last year. Do you know if they're planning on improving or how?
Well, I mean, again, he's in his third year. Last year was his second year, obviously. He's been working to grow. They've worked very hard. I think the harder you work, and you just got to be patient. And hopefully, we're going to see some results, a little more results this year.
Right. Well, now that we got the swing of things, let's talk tennis, both boys and girls.
Boys and girls, tennis. The girls coach is Molly Radcliffe. She's in her third year, and the boys coach is Eric Allhouse, who's also an art teacher, and Molly also works in the high school. Eric's in his third year also coaching boys tennis. I think I talked to them briefly this morning, and they were excited with the turnout. Girls had like 45 girls turn out for tennis, and Eric probably had 35 boys, and he had some promising freshmen coming out. And what's nice with the tennis teams is that we've started a intramural tennis in our elementary schools, so I think that will help. And we've also started a Saturday program for boys and girls tennis, so that should help in the coming years.
And where does the team practice?
The team practices right behind the stadium at the tennis courts.
And do you know when their first home game is?
Their first home match,
Yes.
Sammy, is probably the first week in April. All our spring sports will probably open up first week in April.
And where do they play the home games?
They're right here behind the bleachers.
So they had
Stadium
some
bleachers.
strong senior players last year that have graduated, obviously. Any new returning players that you think are going to fill in their shoes?
I don't, I hate to put any pressure on returning players in terms of whose shoes they should fill. Everybody has to be their own individual person. Again, we work to practice hard and play hard, and I think when you do that, everything takes care of itself.
Okay. Well, now that we're running, let's run into outdoor track. Who will be coaching track?
Oh, outdoor track, Billy Muse, well, William Muse or Billy Muse, whatever. This is his third year. Last year they won the small school, indoor and outdoor track, MVC, small schools. So he's done a very good job with our track team. He's increased participation, both boys and girls. He's made it a complete team. So he's really done a fantastic job.
And do you know where they practice?
They practice right out here at the stadium.
And do you know when their first home meet is?
Their first race would be, again, first week in April.
Okay, thank you.
You can find all the schedules on Lawrence High Athletics. If you go to the school's main page and under athletics, the menu will come up and you go down to Lawrence High Athletics. The schedule is there on a weekly, monthly, and yearly basis.
So last but not least, let's serve up some volleyball info. The coaches?
Oh, volleyball. Volleyball is coached by Tony Hasher. I believe he's in his 15th year, and he does a fantastic job. And last year they won the MVC volleyball title, and then they lost in the Division North Finals to Chelmsford. So, and he's competitive every year. His student athletes, they play tremendously hard. They're dedicated, they're disciplined, and he does a nice job. He does a real nice job, and I'm expecting, I expect the same from Tony from year in to year out. Yeah.
And where does the team practice?
The team right here in the field house.
The field house. Do you know when their first home game is?
Again, first week in April. Yeah.
And they play the games right here in the field house as well?
Right here in the field house.
So the team has been quite successful, as you mentioned. Any expectations from them this year?
My only expectation is that they practice and play hard. I think when you do that, good things happen. When you play hard and you work hard, good things happen.
All right. Well, thank you again, Mr. Charlie, for the interview. We have one final question before you go. For any student that may have missed sign-ups and tryouts and information like that, how can kids still get involved, and who should they see?
Well, they should, whatever level they're playing on, whether it be a freshman, JV, or varsity level, they should go to where that team is practicing, which is either at the high school and see the coach, and I think they can go at any time within the next week or so to try out.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you, Sammy. My pleasure.
Again, I want to thank Mr. Licciardi for being our guest this week, and good luck to all of the Lansing Spring sports teams.
That will do for this week's Inside LHS. One final thing to tell you is that next week on Wednesday, March 30, the entire LHS campus will have an early release day so that teachers can meet. The whole campus will be dismissed at 11:55.
Thanks for watching. Have a great long weekend. We'll see you next week when it will be April 1st. Bye.